talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! It is gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Well, Dave Dombrowski wants you all to know that he is content with the way the Phillies have been constructed. And, I mean, what are we? April 12th. The Phillies lose another series, this time on an Andrew Painter start, and they're back to mediocrity. They are below 500 again. And so I ask you this. Are you content with how the Phillies have been playing this year? Because I certainly have not. This is a complete and utter joke. And Alex, again, coming in. Listen, I got this comment literally yesterday. I don't care if the Phillies go on a run in, let's say, June, July, August. Because that's exactly what they do. That is exactly what this team does. And then they get to September and October. And then their bats fall silent again. We're joined, as always, actually for the first time in a while, by the co-founder of 302 Birds, KJ McCoy. Disgusting loss by the Phillies today. You're muted. Nah. No. Yeah, nothing. Maybe come back and rejoin. But yeah, just awful performance by the Phillies from a myriad of reasons. You had the bats falling silent. You had a blunder on the bases twice today, which honestly is becoming a problem. You had Brandon Marsh later in the game in that hard 8th inning. And then you had Bryce. Listen, as much as we love Bryce Harper, that guy makes some of the dumbest decisions on the base pass. And does his clutch abilities make up for it? Sure. But not great from MV3 on the bases for sure. We're going to try it again. We're joined, as always, by, and we can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. You're good.
Hey, 1 sec. I can't hear you. 1 second.
Well, I can hear you. Oh, man. Technical difficulties on KJ's end. But we'll be joined by him in just a little bit. So, yeah, we'll get straight into things as the Phillies lose it. They flipped they flipped the scoreboard, 4-3, as the Diamondbacks come in and beat the Phillies. And we'll start with the Painter outing. We'll start with the Painter outing. My headphones are hang on, folks. I may be having audio issues myself, so hang on. Stand by for 2. Okay, we're back. We have KJ on the line again. Can you hear me, sir?
Still can't hear you. I gotta figure this out.
Oh
One
man.
second.
Okay. Okay. Well, so we'll start. We'll start. Man, I'm having audio issues. He's having audio issues, but I'm good now. KJ will again join us in just a few seconds. But we'll start with the pain or migraine. I think that's where the Phillies got. You knew stuff was gonna happen. You knew the Phillies were, in an immediate disadvantage. He did not start today. Zach Pop started today's game. Actually did a decent job. He actually did a decent job, and then Painter had to come in later on, and he came in with 6 strikeouts. So once Painter came in, I felt like he did his job. We're joined again by KJ. Hopefully the audio issues are figured out, but how are we doing today? So. Tough game for the Phils. What are your initial reactions?
Yeah, can you hear me clearly? All good?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, perfect. Yeah, something up with my computer. I don't know what's going on, but we're on the phone, so yeah, definitely tough loss. And it was good to see Trey Turner hit 1 yard. That was great. But yeah, I mean Andrew Painter, his command was insane. Definitely, it was kind of weird seeing him come out of the bullpen like that. It definitely was. I think Pop started the game out, correct?
Yep.
If I'm not wrong. Yeah, he started out the game, and then really Painter just painted a work of art. I mean, that's what he was doing. He was doing pretty good. So I thought his command on pitches were great. His sliders were great. He looked really dominant, like he should. So, but definitely, I mean, the bats didn't really come alive when we needed them to. I'll tell you too, Jesse, a lot of horrible base running choices, I would say. Really bad base running choices. I'm like rewatching how like Marsh was not really reading a certain play correctly, and he got out. That was bad. And then you had Bryce Harper going to where really it was just a base hit. I mean, it was an easy just single, and he went for a double there and really risk a lot there just to get out there, and that could have honestly been a time run. It could have been a time run. They could have maybe won this game if he stayed on base there. So I think those kind of mental mistakes of their base running needs to be fixed. But yeah, it definitely is a problem.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we like, Bryce Harper, that I feel like is his one issue. He is so aggressive sometimes on those base paths. His swings are aggressive. His base running is aggressive, and you kind of take it, with what you have. Bryce Harper, he'll give you in October, the swings of his life, the series against the Braves, the Attaboy Braves, that game against the Mets where he hit a back-to-back home runs against Luis Severino. So he'll give you that, but man, this dude sometimes can just be a complete idiot on the base pass.
Yeah, most definitely. And it really is concerning. It really is concerning. I mean, this guy wants to win baseball games, and with those kind of mental mistakes, I don't know how you can. So definitely he needs to get out of his head like that, and because we need him. We definitely need him, and it just seems like right now that him making those kind of mental mistakes can put this team on the line. And I mean, they lost by 1 run. So I mean, if some mental mistakes were changed there, we could be talking about a game that goes into extras, a game that goes into extra innings, and somebody gets a walk off or something like that. But this has been very frustrating. It's been really off and on with the Phillies. It's been a seesaw effect. But I mean, our West Coast trip was frustrating, and this is frustrating as well. I mean, losing the series. I mean, do they have one more game with the Diamondbacks, or is that it?
No, that's it. They play the Cubs on Monday. So,
Yeah, Cubs Monday. So they officially
yeah.
lost the series. So um, they've not had a good, I guess you could say, pedigree with these West Coast teams right now. They
Yeah.
are not doing that well, even with the Rockies. I mean, it's pathetic.
Well, KJ, I'll ask you this. As Dave Dombrowski has said, are you content with the way the Phillies have started the year?
I mean, I don't listen to anything Dave Dombrowski says. It's like listening to like in Charlie Brown, like when you heard like the adults go womp 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 womp. That's literally what Dave Dombrowski is. So I don't listen to anything he says. I think it's a bunch of delusion. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. So he can keep on going his little as our good friend Frank the Tank would say, pink pony fantasies. He can keep on fantasizing about what he thinks is going to work. But I'll tell you this right now, nothing's working. And it's really showing. And Father Time with these players is ticking right now. It's ticking. It's a ticking time bomb with this team. And it's unfortunate. But I mean, I tried to warn a bunch of people about this, but I know it's early still. But can they get it fixed? They could, but it's tough because you got some other young teams out there. You got some other teams that are definitely they're raking right now. They're doing great. They got great fielders out there, and they got great hitters and pitchers as well. But right now, and they're young. So I mean, the thing is, we're older, so that's what could definitely hurt us.
Yeah, I mean Justin Crawford again. Like he's your guy that's starting these rallies earlier on.
Yeah.
Trey Turner hit that home run, which was good to see. But guess what? What is that started by your 9-hole hitter who's hitting 300. Everybody else is like hitting less than 270 in the year. It's absurd. But really, that eighth inning to me is where things stood out.
Yeah.
You had Adolis Garcia who started out hot. Man, he looked awful. Alec Boehm, man, him and Bryson Stott are getting on my nerves. These guys, everybody was like, "Oh my god, the daycare."
Yep.
Well, this daycare needs to be put to sleep.
I've been saying this. Yeah, I've been saying the daycare crap is really annoying. Don't get me wrong, though. I don't. Is Brandon Marsh is part of that apparently, even though he's
Yeah,
like
yes,
apparently, even though he looks like a Sasquatch and looks like the Hobo Joe. But but you know what though, I gotta give it to him, and I'm not a Marsh guy. Marsh has been playing pretty decent. I feel like he's been playing decent, better than I thought he would. He had a great hit today. I think what was it? He had a couple great. I think he had 2 hits at least. Was it 1 or 2?
yeah. I'll pull up the
Yeah.
the box score real
But
quick.
he did okay. But I think yes, I agree. I think Alec Boehm's been 0 for 16 in the last couple games. That's just pathetic, and it really sucks because we were trying to ship this guy out. We were trying to trade him away. Nobody wanted him, and he has proven the point that why nobody went for him in the deadline or in the offseason. Nobody was biting at this guy at all. And I think with Bryson Stott, he's so streaky. I feel like he's a very streaky player where he's really I feel like he really is a great fielder. I think he is really elite with that. I think that his confidence with that, where he plays and everything like that. I think he's really got the eye for it. But then also when it comes to it though with hitting, we haven't seen anything from him, and I think he really is underachieving right now from his potential.
Yeah. Well, I'll hit you with this comment. Do you think at this point Donnie Baseball will be the Phillies manager at some point this year?
I would love for that to happen. I would love for that to happen next week. But it's so hard to say because they seem to have this delusion. The organization, Dombrowski, Dombrowski, Middleton, they both have this delusion that they think Thompson is the guy. They think Thompson is going to get them back to the promised lands. But every single season, it's almost like a domino effect. Like they even keep on getting an even worse of an exit in the postseason. I mean, you could just see it. You've seen it many times. Like they're getting even worse of losses in the postseason. So. I would love, and I know that we had the manager change a couple of weeks ago. Like one of the first games when Thompson got kicked. I mean, he got booted out of the game, and I think it was because it was some kind of rule or something like that, and he was trying to argue a call, and like you can't really argue it anymore, something like that, so you get booted. And Don Mattingly came in and didn't really do too much. It didn't seem like they really switched anything up. So I don't know how much will switch up if he does get fired, and Don Mattingly gets activated as a manager of the team. I mean, it really just depends what's going to happen. But I mean, I would love for it to happen because I really just do not believe in Thompson at all. And I think you know what you're putting yourself in the same trap, and nothing's going to change. Just nothing's going to change.
I mean, another comment by Alex. This team can't win without the long ball, and I talked to Jonah and Friday about this last night, and I brought up the same question to Jonah a while ago. In one of the past post game shows. This team, it feels like when they win, it's because of the long ball, but they win these games. And then they don't hit him home runs, and then they lose. So, can they win with the identity that they have?
Like win it all, you're saying?
Yeah. Well, win in the playoffs.
No, because a lot of their times they're missing right now. I mean, a lot of the chances they've had, they've been crumbling, and they have butchered those times. So I mean, I don't see it changing really that much. But we'll have to ask. We're gonna have to ask the Italian stallion himself.
Absolutely, the frat.
Give
the
us
frat,
the business.
Frat the
What's
rat
going
is
on,
here.
Frat?
Well, you know what? Hang on, KJ. You know what? As always, it is the perfect time for Fratty's Corner.
Yo, Fratty, give him the business. Only in South Philly. Only at Fratty's Corner. It's Fratty's Corner.
Give him the business.
What's up, guys? Oh, man. Don't get me started with the Phillies. I called it. I knew they were going to lose 2 or 3 against Arizona. You didn't have to fool me. To all the fans say, oh, yeah, Jay, Freddie, what are you doing saying the Phillies are going to lose 2 or 3 games? So, and all, and I know probably some people will call me a fake fan, this and that, but you got to be realistic. This team lately, including Alec Boehm, has absolutely zero heart. He thinks about his girlfriend Aaron Dola too much. Alec Boehm needs to go. Alec Boehm needs to go. He needs to go. I hope the New York Mets sign him. He doesn't deserve to be a Philadelphia Philly. He deserves to hang with the Pink Pony Club with Frank the Tank and Alec Boehm. He deserves.
I called it.
He deserves to hang with them. I mean, I'm so done with that guy. I'm done. I can't take this team anymore. I can't take the absolute roller coaster that it brings us on. And you have the nerve to score 3 runs in 1 single inning. All series, you score runs in single innings instead of scoring in different innings. This team is driving me crazy. You wanted to give us false hope, this and that, and the daycare, and this and that. I can't take it anymore. KJ McCoy, I can't take it. I can't take it. I mean, I have more hope. I have more hope in life in the Philadelphia Flyers than I do than in Phillies. It's very sad. It's very true. But when it's all said and done, and I know I'm going to call this one once again, I do think that the Phillies will bounce back in the next series and win 2 or 3, but I'm not counting on it. against the Cubs. That will be the only series we win in the entire homestand. Then we'll go back to our same old roller coaster ways
Yeah,
and
I
lose the
agree.
series against the
Yo.
Braves. And
I
yeah,
agree.
but yeah, Bill, what's up, Billy? I'm talking about us. I called
Billy
us losing.
O'Keefe.
Yo, what's going on? KJ McCoy, what's up?
What's going
Yeah.
on, brother? How you doing?
Yeah,
on, brother?
I called us losing the series, Billy.
Yep. I was able to watch. So I was out seeing my grandmother. I only caught the 8th and 9th inning. Yeah. Offensively, we there's some big there's some big questions, I guess, if you will, on this team right now. Obviously, Ricky Patalco, and they've all said it. The offense, right? The offense is the main line, but there needs to be some kind of. Are we not? Are we? Does it look like we're even like playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it look like that we're even like playing to a point where, like I'm going to the game Tuesday, and I'm gonna wonder: are we gonna actually play with good sense and win the game? It's like I have questions, questions about that.
Yeah,
yeah. Of course. I think definitely Phillies fans, I mean, legit ones like us should definitely have our eyebrows raised because I think definitely this is concerning. I mean, there's multiple concerns. I'll ask. I was talking to Jesse about this, but I'll ask Fratty and Billy. What'd you guys think of the horrendous base running from this team today? Billy, I know you said you only saw the 8th and 9th inning, so there was a play where Bryce hit a single and he decided, okay, I'm going to get greedy and I'm going to go to second base instead. What'd you think of that?
I'll say the same thing about Marsh too. That Marsh going to first, that was the most ridiculous thing they could have ever done. It starts with it starts with, I think personally, I think it's terrible the way they did that. But what I also think is terrible is that I don't think this team can play small ball at all. I don't see much of that at all. I don't see much of that at all. Honestly, you want my opinion on it. We, for some reason, can just not play small ball. And I don't want to go into the same predicament later in the season where we're going to be in games where we just are having trouble. We should be able to play small ball regardless of any situation that happens. You're home, right? You're home. The next 9 games, you're home.
Billy, you know what I think's going to happen? I'm going to call this. I called us losing the series.
Yep, you did.
Somebody's getting fired. If it's not Rob Thompson, the hitting coach is getting fired by May.
I hope so.
He's going to get fired by next month.
I hope so.
Rob Thompson gets fired mid-June. I'm going to comment on that short. If the season goes not the way it should be by June, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if that is the case, then I'd say maybe he'll get fired.
I think it's going to be the hitting coach. I have a feeling there.
The hitting coach.
Rob Thompson.
Yes. The hitting coach.
Well, Kevin Long should have been long gone
Yep.
away from this team long ago. I mean, it's obvious that guy is the cat in the bag. So definitely that is what we needed. We need him to go.
Yeah,
so,
right. I agree.
Yeah.
Start with the hitting coach. I don't, personally, me, I don't think it's Rob at all. I don't think Rob has to blame for anything. I think it's the hitting coach. I think the hitting coach has a lot to do with it. I don't think Rob's a great coach. I love him. He's a great coach. I don't think Rob's the problem at this point. Everybody can say, oh, it's Rob. Oh, it's Rob. I don't think Rob's the problem. I think it's the hitting coach. Start with the hitting coach.
And as much as I don't like Rob Thompson much, I said called for his firing, but realistically, since he signed the contract, I think it's good. I think the hitting coach is going to get tossed out of the feeling.
Before Rob, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's tough.
This team, just their hitting approach has not changed for the last 3 years. It didn't against the Mets. It didn't against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And these are the teams that are going to beat you. Like we've seen.
Right.
Arizona, they're scrappy. The Mets, they're scrappy. What did they do? They beat you in the playoffs because they have the boom or bust approach, the home run or bust approach. That's going to be this team's downfall this year. That's been the Phillies' downfall in 2025. It's been this team's downfall in 2024. It's been this team's downfall in 2023, and it's not going to change. I feel like if you keep
Right.
Evan Long as your hitting coach, you need a different identity. Justin Crawford, he's nice, but you need more of those guys that like are willing to split the gap and go all the way to the wall. You can't have a bunch of these Kyle Schwarbers on the team because not everybody is Kyle Schwarber. Not everybody's going to hit 50 home runs. Alex Bohm is a guy that comes to mind. He's got the mass, the literal physical mass to do it, but he swings to the fences and then gets in especially Alec Bohm gets in his own head and gets all pouty faced about it and drags down this team. It's
crybaby Bone.
Not only that, might I suggest that part of it is I think personally I just saw a stat from Ricky Batalgo. What was it, 44 innings that we've only scored through 4 innings? Now, tell me, that's bizarre, but it's the truth, I think, because you look at, and and I may have said this last postgame and whatnot, but you can't have, I agree with Jesse, you're not all going to have a Kyle Schwarber, but everybody, it goes back to playing small ball. They can't play small ball enough, but you can't just have the top doing nothing and the bottom doing something and then reverse it. The bottom doing something, the top doing nothing. Like, everybody's got to contribute, but it starts with, I get it that maybe they're in some kind of weird way. I'm not sure exactly, but maybe they're in this kind of weird way and they're just slowly not sure what they're doing, but this has to change now, because if this is going to keep happening throughout the year, major things I think are going to occur, and you'll see major, as Fratty said, major things with Kevin Long gone. Okay, a lot of these, we need Wheeler back ASAP.
Yep,
prove me wrong on that.
I'll tell you this too.
Yeah.
I feel like these hitters, though, when they do hit, I feel like, honestly, like there was a hit by Schwarber, there was a hit by a couple other guys, and they were trying to go for home runs. I mean, they try and go for long balls, but when they do come up short and then like there's some pop-ups, or if they get lucky and they actually do get a base hit, that's not on purpose. I feel like the only guy who I feel like doing it on purpose is Crawford.
Yeah,
it's the only guy that I feel like actually wants to not just hit for the fences. If he can hit for the fence, he will. But I think also at some points, though, too, he also is fine with playing small ball, and I think that's great. We need more guys like that. We need, because that's how these guys are winning. That's how a lot of these teams that are dominant in the league. That's how they're winning in these scenarios. And I saw that I saw the schedule a little bit, that we have the upcoming schedule. We got like, it's almost like a boomerang kind of thing right now. We literally have the Cubs here, and then we have the Braves, I believe, at home, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, home, yeah.
And then we have the Cubs again in Chicago, and then we have the Braves in Atlanta. So it's just, it's crazy. So it's like a pattern. So you go Cubs, Braves, Cubs, Braves. That's literally how it goes. So they're going to be seeing those teams a lot. And I mean, I know that I haven't really seen the standings, Frat, but I mean, you definitely know out of all of us, what's the standings looking like with us right now with the NL East?
I think us and the Mets are both. I think we're us and the Mets, but are both like 7 and 8.
Yeah. Wow.
I think, or 7 and 9. I think the Braves are in first place, and I think we're and the Marlins are ahead of us. The Nationals are trying to. I don't know if the Nationals are the only team below us in this East, but I'll tell you what.
The Nationals are young, because I mean the Nationals are young, and
the Cubs.
I would not sleep on them.
Cubs haven't been that great to start the year, but
I'll be there
But
Tuesday.
don't mean anything. So like I said before, my prediction, I think we win 2-3 against Chicago. I think we bounce back because this team is known to be on a roller coaster.
Yeah,
We're not
right.
we're not sweeping the Cubs. We take 2 of 3. Got to take at least 2 of 3 to get back to 500 again.
Now,
Does
here's the thing,
Dolt,
though.
does Dolt think that we're sweeping?
I think we
No.
can. Here's the thing, though. If we sweep, listen, my grandfather told me this. If you sweep a team, great, okay? Great, hurrah, hurrah. But majority of your wins are going to be series wins, and they have to be series wins.
But
I don't, whether it's, but you can't, like today, 4-3 loss. I mean, that's okay. But, we got to at least I agree with Friday, take 2 or 3 from the Cubs. And, yeah, I better see some good energy Tuesday because I'll be there.
The problem is, Billy, we have to at least win those 2 series against the Cubs because the Braves, I can't count on them winning both of those
Atlanta's
series.
going to be tough, man. Atlanta's going to be very, very tough, and I wouldn't suspect.
But
they're all 19, I think. So I'm not really. It's tough.
So here's my thing: could this be like 2022 again, where we're all fooled and they make an underdog run again? I don't think.
No.
I don't think. I don't know if we should have false hope like that, but I
got a question for the group. I know we talked about it last week, Jesse. Do we get it back at the deadline? Do we get some kind of bat? I don't care who it is at this point. Some kind of bat at the deadline. I mean, you think about it, right? Obviously we missed Bader, right? That I had a buddy of mine at work say we go after Bader at the deadline because he's doing bad on the Giants right now. We go after him, dude. Dude, he was great on offense.
Wow.
Again?
Yeah, he's doing bad. But I want to pose that question. Do we get a bat? I don't care who the guy is. Do we get a bat at the deadline?
Well, I think Bader's on contract with them for a little while.
It all depends. It depends what the Phillies' record is by then. We could either be buying, we could buy.
Yeah.
But if the Phillies are a bad team by then, the Phillies could be sell at the deadline. And you know what?
We got to get a guy. I don't care who it is.
You know who could be a part of that? I hate to say it. It might be Bryson Stott.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that.
I don't care who it is. I don't care what the guy is.
I'm saying we might.
Get a bat.
Because if we're not doing good and we decide to blow it up and make a trade, maybe it might involve Bryson Scott. I'm just saying, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, regardless of how good or bad the Phillies play the rest of the year, it's going to be interesting to see what happens if we're actually going to be. I know we got a long way to deadline. Whether we're going to be buyers or sellers come end of July.
What's up with Boehm?
So it all depends. If we're okay, we'll be buyers. But if we're a laughing stock of the NL East, KJ McCoy with the Walgreens Nationals, then we might be sellers at the deadline.
What's up with Boehm? I mean, he goes up there every time, and does he not? He swings at every pitch. KJ, something tells me, man, that is he gonna find his way to get stop doing that? Because I know he keeps doing it probably majority of the time, but listen, this is not okay. This is not Little League baseball, okay, right? I'm being real honest here. This ain't Little League, but this is the actual MLB that we're talking about. And if they can do well in spring, if they can do well in spring training, why can't they do it now, right? So they do good in spring training, but they can't do good now. It's like I feel like all the energy from spring training is kind of like wiping down to they can't do good in the regular season. Why? Questions me. Why is that? Questions me.
It's tough. I mean, it really is tough. I mean,
it's tough.
We really
and
got
as fans,
to
it's
see
tough.
how
As fans, it's tough.
map out.
As fans, it's tough. It is.
Yeah. I mean, just really got to see how it maps out and how they really adapt to this.
Right.
And right now they're not adapting well.
No.
As I said before, and I was saying this to Jesse, I think Father Time is playing with them right now.
Yeah.
Them being older than a lot of the other clubs out there, I think is going to really hurt them.
Yes.
It really is, because you see these other teams and they're younger and they're doing great. I mean, you could see even we were just talking about the Nationals. I know that people are like, "Oh, well, I'm not scared of the Nationals." Well, they
Uh,
don't have anybody that's big name wise,
yeah,
but they're still able. They're young, and they're still able to. I mean, they have James Wood, but they're still able to beat you though.
right.
And the way they beat us was they played small ball.
Yep.
And these other teams are going to play small ball, and they got to know how to adapt to it. I don't know what they did in the off season because it seems like they didn't really work on it at all. It looks like Kevin Long just like run it. He's like the same thing as like what Middleton was saying,
Yeah.
and Dabrowski was saying, run it back, run it back. We're
Run it
gonna
back.
be back in contention, back contention.
But
It's like how much more longer are we gonna do this? Like without poking our eyeballs out?
not only that, KJ, it goes back to what I said before. They don't do enough. See, you said it too. You know, there's not many Schwarbers around. All they play is long ball. But where is the small ball coming into play? Like they'll do a run ball, fine, but they need to do more of small ball.
Yeah.
You're not going to. Yeah, it's. I have questions. I have doubts. I'm going to be there Tuesday. I have questions and doubts. I hope that this team can really rally it back, man. It's just it all starts with, I mean, listen, this will be my team forever, but I don't want to. I don't want to jump too high and say that they're going to whatever. But if they keep it up, it's going to be a long season. But definitely need to get on the trend here. Take at least 2 or 3. I don't care if we sweep or not. 2 or 3 of the Cubs. And get back on track. We need to. It's all starts tomorrow. We need to. Yeah. Can't keep messing around, fooling around. It starts tomorrow, and we got to get it done, guys. Got to get it done. Yeah. It's that simple. Got to get it done.
Definitely. Yeah. And KJ, I remember we were even talking before the season started that I wasn't even happy what the Phillies were doing. Phillies weren't doing anything. It's pathetic. I mean,
it is.
GM doesn't know what he's doing. He just the only thing he really addressed was the bullpen. He didn't really address much anything else. He signed Garcia, who is like Jesse's the term boomer bust. He's kind of washed. He's washed at times. He plays like he's washed.
He's streaky. He's
very Garcia. He's a streaky guy. He's either washed or not washed. Washed or not washed. Washed. I don't know how many times I could say it, but it's becoming very frustrating after a while. And something's got to change. I mean, if we want to have any hopes of, and I know winning a championship, and I know D and Jesse don't have them winning the World Series, but if we want to have any gloom of hope, something has to change. And it's like, I'll leave it on this note. Like I mentioned about Alec Boehm earlier, when I was watching when he got out, he looks like I could tell he looked frustrated, but at the same time, he looked like he didn't even care. He looked like he was in an how in the show The Twilight Zone how the characters in another world. Alec Boehm completely looks like he is zoning out into the Twilight Zone, saying, "Oh yeah, we're about to lose again. Oh yeah, you think it's a joke? Oh yeah."
But that shouldn't. Okay, Friday. That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be everybody. That I get it that there's going to be. Listen, there's going to be some bumps and cracks in the road, but. This is again goes back to what I said. This is MLB baseball. This is not Little League baseball. So they know what they're doing. They've been doing this for years. They know what they're doing. It goes with they have to just go out there, play your best ball, play small ball, whatever.
But they don't do that though. That's the problem.
No, they don't though.
And they don't do that. So they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the main thing. They don't.
It's sad though. It's sad. And you know what? I'm starting to see now after watching a couple games.
Yeah, I'm just so glad that we are in the same division. I know the Mets loaded up on talent in the offseason. I'm just so glad though that we are in the same division as the New York Mets.
But if we had Bichette, he would have changed everything. We'd have Bichette. I tell you right now.
Bichette's been awful this year, though, bro. He's been awful this year.
Mets
and
let's say he was with us. Okay, flip flop it. Let's say the Phillies offered him the contract that we say that we were going to give him, and he was with us. I bet you we would be on a winning track with him. So you think
it could? Yeah, it could be. It could be. I mean, I think it's the pressure over there as with the Mets is just kind of tough.
Yeah.
Even though I know people are like, oh, well, the pressure's tough over here too.
Yeah.
But it is. Don't get me wrong. But I think, I mean, Billy could be right. It could be a different scenario for him right now, but the problem is though he picked the Mets, and you can see he's struggling, and definitely it's it's not going well for him over there. I think he had a home run, but it was barely a home run recently or something like that.
Yeah.
But
it hurts, man. It hurts, but definitely
I can't wait
to winning ways of things. And I know everybody's going to be thinking, okay, we need to get back on winning. Yeah, we just need to get back on winning. Whether it's, I don't care what way you look at it, we got to get back on the winning ways, because I don't want to, as Friday, I just don't want to be in this predicament where we're going to keep having the same stuff. It's like, yep, roller coaster. Friday said it. Can't keep having that. Something's got to change, guys. How about we make a change? How about we make a change?
Yeah. So Phil's Tuesday, Billy will be there.
I'll be there. Section, if anybody, well, I know nobody's not going, but I'm Diamond Club 125 or 26 aisle seats.
Ooh,
listen, man,
I am ready. Catch a ball for us, Billy.
I'm gonna catch a ball for everybody. Listen, I just want to go there with energy from everybody. And listen, we're home. My first game of the year. I just want to go with some energy. I want us to just win a game at home. I don't care what way you look at it. Win a game at home. Come on. 2 out of 3 Friday. Let's make it happen, man. 2 out of 3. Let's make it happen.
Hopefully, and as we're approaching
Club
end
Series,
of April, what's the name? And I'm going to be at a couple games coming up to April, my birthday, and I'm going to be there May 7th when they're giving out the retro hats against the Athletics who don't even have a name, city name, which
Zach Wheeler. We need him back ASAP. Guarantee it. We need him back ASAP. Because with him back, and let me just point this out to close, with Zach Wheeler being back right in this team, in this ball club, you put Walker on the bench. I'll tell you what, maybe if Wheeler comes back with a arm that he has, a better arm that he has, maybe this team will change. Not second guess myself. Maybe they will change with him back. Maybe.
Yep. So we don't have to see more of T-Walk pants.
No, exactly. Get him on the bench.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be it. That's gonna wrap things out for the
game on late, but
Phillies Postgame show.
Never.
But want to thank Billy Friday for coming on. KJ, I think he had technical difficulties, but want to thank all three of you guys for coming on today to help me through the pain. But just want to mention that on the 16th and 17th, 302 Birds is having a celebrity bartending event and watch party. The watch party is going to be at Klondike Kate's. I believe that's a game against the Braves, and then the watch party, it's either going to be at Frowning Brothers or Klondike Kate's. That those proceeds for the event on the 16th, the bartending event, go to the Eagles Autism Foundation. Really cool event, really good cause. So come out and support a good cause, meet some great people. But that being said, that's going to wrap it up. I want to thank our sponsors.
Go Phillies. God bless Phillies.
Yep. Shout out our sponsors, Balboa Steaks, Tick Pick. But yeah, that's it. Phil's lose it. We'll play Tuesday. Thanks for watching.
God bless you.
Go Phils.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's going. It is gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today.